Hi everybody, welcome back to Now TV at I Am Just Jen YouTube channel, aka the writer, which is me, aka the creator of the Superwoman character and many other wonderful good and bad characters in the work that is to come. So here's the straw that broke the camel's back. Again, it's 10:30, so about 5 minutes ago, maybe less, I got a phone call. And I'm scared because I pick up the phone. I'm like, hello, is this Jennifer? Yes. This is the Vancouver Police Department. And right away, I'm like, gasping. I'm like, oh my God, please tell me it's not another broken window. And then she's like, no. We're calling back about the case file from Sunday or whatever, the 1st or whatever she said, right? And my brain is like, seriously? Because I had already replaced the window. And they're just calling me now from that night when I called two places, the 911 lady and the non-emergency number. And the guy said somebody will come out tonight. And I said, I need extra beef up of police driving through the alley because now the car is an open option. It's open to people crawling in, sleeping in there, and doing more damage. So I tell her, well, the window's already been replaced. It's already fixed. That the random police that do the alley checks now, because they've beefed up the services in this area as it is needed, did come by. And nobody told them. There was nothing put in the computer system. Hey, if you're in this neighborhood, go that way because she's needing a visit. She had this incident happen. She needs a file report. And to do the file number, you should have an actual set of cops here witnessing this damage happen for themselves so they can give you that file number so you can give that to your insurance people. So I had to tell her, well, that guy was already here. He already phoned me because I'm smart enough to leave my number in the window. I'm with Bloom Housing. I have arthritis. Car has to be close to me. I have to have close access to my vehicle. Plus, I just felt safer having her under my nose, under the balcony, so I could stand there and see her. Whereas where she's parked now at the end of the block, I don't know what's going on over there. I can't see or hear anything. I can't even hear her car alarm go off. So she's like, oh, so the matter's already been dealt with. And I'm like, what are these people getting paid to do? There's a police station, like literally just over there. And I'm walking through a side street, an alley area, and there's all these parked cars. And my brain is thinking every single one of those officers doing little drive-abouts in the neighborhood, mobile check-throughs of all these areas where all these constant random window smashings and robberies and vandalism take place to catch the guy that's doing it. Because I'm telling you, essentially, it's just one person. The overall community of people that live here live by a certain set of rules, certain standard. Now, this is not the case throughout the world where all the poor are. They don't always have that. But in Vancouver, it's a special, tight unit. We care about each other. We try to as much as we can. And what little we have is all that we have. It is our whole world. And so it matters. And when people come in from outside and disrupt that balance of peace between us, then it makes it difficult to know who you can trust. And that causes violence. That causes fights. That causes stabbings and shootings and all that hoo-ha that goes on because we don't want you here. We don't want that crime here. We don't like the devil. We don't work for the devil. We're not going to pay ambiance to the devil. We're not going to give him our money, serve him. And if he has the attitude, if you don't do this or else, that's not going to work on us, right? This is Canada. It's North America. We don't come from that time in the world. These people, part of their blessing is that they've not read the Bible, so they don't have all that junk, all that history of how things were between God and the devil in their head. So when this bad stuff's happening, they can't make sense of it because they're in the 21st century. Like, why? I saw this one girl on the street crying her eyes out because she was so hurt and upset because she had all of her belongings, important stuff, just in one bag, a backpack, and she's crying. Why? Why would anybody take this bag from me? My bag, it's all I have in the world. It's everything. Right? They're okay with all these big conglomerate companies, the billionaires, the trillionaires that are making money off the backs of us, You got insurance, you got coverage. The stuff you're selling is worth pennies. It's worth beans. It's worth nothing. It could be sold in markets and people can just barter over it to make deals for it. And you're selling that stuff for 300 times what it's worth. So that they're fine with going to steal from for the chocolate bars or the random new pair of shoes that they desperately need because their feet are, taped together with whatever's underneath them to keep them from burning off the sidewalk when they're walking. But not from each other, not in the community. People that get high generally are laid back, easygoing people, very mellowed out, and just want to be cool and chill. So this stuff is definitely not, right, coming from somebody that wants to see things work out. It isn't a peaceable ideal to disrupt what people are trying to do for their lives and dealing with and coping with things the way they are for them as best as they can. And the police calling me 7 days later, as if I had not done anything about the window, like the window would still be sitting there open to be a target for people to go into the car. Here I am, help yourself, because I still don't have a police phone number, is absurd when there's so many of them. And they're just parked around, sitting around. So by the grace of God go I, because I have the number in the window and because I know they do the back alley checks, I was fortunate enough for the guy to look it up and say, hey, look, they haven't given you a file number yet and nobody's shown up. So I'll give you this file number and you can go to ICBC with the file number and unfortunately just suck it up and use your deductible and have it replaced. So I got the window replaced within a couple of days. But I still have to figure out how to make back that $300. And these criminals don't think about that. They might think, oh, you have insurance for your car or whatever, so it doesn't matter, no big deal. But it does matter because we do have to cover. And when you live in this neighborhood, obviously you're living on a restricted budget. You're not living down here because you want to be a billionaire slumming it. A billionaire just wouldn't do that, slum it. They would come down here and help fix up the neighborhood if they are a good, compassionate person, like some people with money happen to try to do, but then it gets so out of control, the nonprofit gets so big that they lose touch and it becomes disconnected, and then you have these problems where you have ongoing issues with pharaoh ants or renovations that need to be done, or parking issues like I have for indoor parking, and they don't know to fix anything or do something about it because it's not moving up the chain of command in links of contact and information. So that's what I'm trying to make a difference of. But what this situation did do for me today was, well, not today, but this situation happening to me motivated me to finish making my jam. So I have 5 different flavors of jam, all inspired from the fruit that was on sale at the Chinese market up at the corner of my street, which started off with just the peach delight. Now there's about half of the money I need to make here, but it's a wonderful way to talk and meet with people in the community, try to, strike up new friends, or maybe even partnerships. Because I have to tell you how it's a lot of work to do this by yourself and not have one single person to help you. I still have to finish the poster board where these pictures of the car before and after and the bill of the money I'm trying to make back to post up with signs that say better than Schmuckers from my kitchen to yours. When I get there, I have to be able to park the car somewhere close enough that I can haul the stuff back and forth and hope I can see all the jam, that nobody tries stealing any of the jars. Because it's only half of what I need, and hope that I make enough notoriety that maybe people will want ongoing orders. But at least the goodness of God, in the sense that what the devil does to hurt you, Jesus makes for good, right? The beautiful new window inspired me to do this, to try to earn some money and be self-reliant. But the fact that I can't even get the church members to respond to the situation, they won't even spend money on the jars of jam or even volunteer to help me out for the day or the weekends that I need to sell the jams, to make the money, to keep going or make back my $300. I needed a certain amount of money just to start making money with the car, with passengers from Papa Ride and other places. There are apps that allow me to work in the States, driving people around from state to state, and I get to basically go on vacation, which is beautiful because I'm long overdue for finishing my trip of seeing all the states. Because usually when I'm in the States, I'm usually working, I'm in a truck, or have a short stay in one place and it's only 4 days and you can only see so much. So that just really kills me that with the rate of these windows being smashed, that she takes 7 days to phone me. And last night I was outside walking down the street, and right on the other side of the street where I'm living, there's another sheet of broken, shattered glass from obviously another vehicle that was parked on the same street as mine, all over the place. And 3 weeks ago, when I first got the car and why I left it at the church, over on Dunleavy, another window smashed completely on a car. But it's the small windows on the side, not as expensive. So I knew then this is a problem, and that's why I left it at the church and told the management, I'm afraid because my car is a Volvo. Right? It's not just a random $500 second-hand car or something somebody's had since 1973 and they're still driving. And I don't want to be down here at that risk. I mean, it's the nicest car I've ever owned or driven. And the reason I'm not able to drive my Superwoman van is much the same story. No matter where you go to try to get away from the bad or from the evils of the devil, he'll still find you if you're an interest or a target of his. If he wants to upset your life because he's bored and got nothing else better to do except to cause trouble, he'll find you, and he'll find ways to send people to where you are to upset your apple cart. And the Superwoman van is in Toronto, which I pay parking for monthly while I'm still trying to find the people that are going to do the restoration work and still trying to find the funding to help back up all the loss I took on all the vandalism that happened to me over there. And all the theft that happened to me just for living in that city for a duration of time where I was trying to work on promoting the Smallville movie and You've Got Mail Too, and go to school and take peer support training for free, peer support specialist. So I was going to the YMCA because I lived in I had a room rented at the YMCA in Ottawa, so I had this access. And I had a locked locker. I had a lock on that locker. And it was not those tiny little $1.50 things. It was actually a lock that was big enough that you need lock cutters. Then I'm not sure how you can get those professional theft breakers into a YMCA that's supposed to have cameras everywhere in order to get into the female locker and specifically break into one girl's locker and take everything in there that is of value. The one time I had my grandmother's pearls with me because I was trying to get them priced, evaluated, because they were a gift from my uncle. I don't think I knew that at the time, though. The reason is because the pearls were meant to be for when I get married again, because she's not with me anymore. So something old, right? And the person who took these, they're not going to get rich off of that, right? There's no reason to destroy a person's sentimental value of this the item, and now they've single-handedly ruined my wedding day, the next time I get married, when I'm older and mature like I am now, where I can wear a white dress and not have blue hair and 21 body piercings and, listening to punk music or heavy metal. Not that it wasn't cool to be all dressed in blue. I mean, it was cool then too. And my white boots with the laces on. But at any rate, that was a different world, different me. Big mistake, because that guy was part of all the nastiness of what's still happening. I leave all of that behind me and try to start again, and no matter what, he's still there following me. So I get a new to me car finally over here on this side, while the van over there still hasn't had its problem solved. And what happens within the first 24 hours that I park my car under my balcony near me in the back alley, where essentially none of this stuff usually happens? The window gets smashed within an hour and a half of coming from church and my shopping, with a pack to go for a camping trip on the island where I could go spend time at the cemetery with more of the family that I miss and love, whom I have known and met and miss dearly. So only one person could be possibly responsible for that. But it doesn't change the fact that it makes you wonder, where where is God in his head? What is he doing? What is he thinking? In thinking that you can just constantly go on trying to damage or discipline somebody, or let other people do the damage and discipline somebody so many decades before you finally realize that you can't be asking people to give you any more of what they haven't got to give you, right? The new windshield is beautiful, but I couldn't afford it to happen on Sunday. I just shouldn't have had to have a smashed window at all, because I'm still dealing with the other vehicle, which I haven't been able to drive in the years that I had take transit, and it messed up my driver's license. I had to redo the road test when I came back here. It's just not okay. At some point, things like that need to stop. So I'm going to go sell some jam today. I'm going to keep the car close to me so I can see it all day. I'm going to share my story and look for the good people out there, because there are good people out there. So we're going to find the goodness of God together and trying to create a way to, solve how we can help each other so that they don't take all of our money from us, damage our lives and get away with it and just keep roaming around being violent. It's not okay that they're not getting caught. And in 7 days, these guys could have done a lot of work to find this one person who could then confess to the last 3 windows he smashed. So, what are people getting paid to do? And this is voting season. So all I'm saying is people are not going to do anything. Don't vote. It's not worth it. So I'll see you guys out there. Peace out. Contact me if you want a flavor of jam I haven't made or a flavor I have made. And you'll get to see people's natural reactions. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Superwoman signing out.